Thank you. As a head of a country, or a governor of a state, or even the chairman of a local council, or indeed, if you're in the parliament, the motivation, the reason why you go into politics drives your intentions, your motives. If you go into politics because you want to be seen as the headmaster that has the king to flog the subjects, or you go into politics because you think it will give you the platform to become so rich, to become the richest person in your country or in your state or in your local government, then it will be extremely difficult for you to take decisions that will help the people. But me, what drove me into politics was how to find ways to help the people, because I love the people. And if that is your motive, if your philosophy is based on helping people through different processes, as we will expand later, then of course you will love the people, you will appreciate the people, and you wouldn't want any of them to be injured. And that's why, like you said, my mantra that is quoted severally, that my ambition, my political ambition, is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Because if I love the people and my interest is to help, why will I do anything that will take their life? You can't help a dead body except bury the person. So that has been my driving force. And the issue of my political ambition not being worth the blood of any Nigerian, it started from Abuja. That's why so many people didn't know. Started when I was to contest the governorship of my state, Bayelsa State, which used to be a very violent state too politically. But I said no. We are talking about development. So the key thing is developing the people, not doing things that will hurt the people to the extent that lives will be lost, properties will be destroyed.
Okay. That ties in with the electoral bill. Everybody say President Jonathan signed the electoral bill 2 days before the election. And now we're talking about the card reader, the problems with the card reader incident form. I remember you actually went to vote and the card reader rejected you. So now we had an opportunity to correct that and ensure that if we are using the card reader, let's use it in the proper way. Incident form, we saw how it has been used to rig the election. Unfortunately, the bill was rejected. In your opinion, with the excuse that it was too late, what do you think about that?
It is not too good for a former president to comment on what the serving president has done or failed to do. It's not a very good practice, because we have the opportunity through the Council of State to interact. But basically, I signed the amendment to the electoral law very close to the election, which is true, because I believe those amendments will bring credible election. And I stand for credible elections. I feel very sad about the issue of the card reader. It was Professor Jega, during my tenure as a president, that introduced the card reader. As at that time, probably we did not look at it in details. Otherwise, we would have amended that law to accommodate the card reader. But then we felt that the law then encourages INEC to do a number of things to ensure that they perform credible elections. So I thought that automatically the card reader is accommodated under those provisions in the electoral law. But you know, at the end of the 2011 elections, that the card reader was used. And when the matters went to court, the court said no. The card reader has not been properly accommodated into the electoral law. So ordinarily, that amendment is very necessary, because you cannot begin to use something that is not legal. You can't use it to defend anybody or defend the opposition. So that is the issue of the card reader. But even with or without the card reader, I think the key thing about election is the operators, the INEC and the security. If they are willing to conduct free and fair election, with or without the card reader, they can still conduct free and fair elections. I am saying so because I've participated in observing a number of elections in Africa. None of the countries have observed elections that they use card readers. But still, the elections were reasonably free and fair. I'm not saying that could be absolute, because you cannot get absolute issues on earth. So the problem is the conduct of the elections. And I agree with Nigerians, they should be a bit apprehensive. I, as a sitting president then, the candidate rejected me, rejected my wife, rejected my mother, and some other women who used to vote in my unit. That shows that, as at that time, the candidate has some issues. But those are issues bordering on technology, which could be corrected.